Hey you guys, I've done advanced henna videos before, but I sort of wanted to highlight an event that's going on, so I actually might put this video out before some of the class war stuff, even though it's not going to be in chronological order, but just to get some info out there so that you guys know what to look out for. Advanced henna really is one of the most important things you can work toward, and right now there's actually a pretty good opportunity to get it for free. So when you're thinking about working toward knighthood, you really need about, I would say, 30,000, closer to 40,000 advanced henna. When we're talking about normal henna, the numbers are, one, really crazy because normal henna only increases your tattoos so much, and once they're expert tattoos like this, they won't increase your the higher of the two stats, the increasing stat. And so you really need advanced henna. It's absolutely key as far as just working on getting big stats. It's a huge chunk of BR, and it will propel you towards knighthood. And so yeah, think about 40k, and you can get there. So right now, in my tune overview, I showed it was about 1,000 less than this is what I had saved up so far. At the moment, I got just free chests. I haven't done any like recharges or anything like that. I haven't used Balin's since this set of events, and so it's just been free chests. I have been able to get a bunch from crystal synthesis today. Before today, I think I had 20 something or 40 something of them. I don't know, we just had one day of the events. I forgot what was yesterday. Okay, so I've done crystal synthesis, I've done holy forge, I've done 50 holy forges, and I only did red forges, but I'm thinking that I'll actually use, I do have an extra weapon. I have a extra level 80 weapon and a level 71. I could make another level 80 pretty easily. Won't be too hard to get these legendary stones, but I could also use this, and I have lots of forge materials. I have a lot of gold, and so at the moment I could use those to get extra forges and also get extra chests, free chests from that, rather than spend Balin's own stuff. But at the moment we have this tattoo and holy forge exchange, and the rate on this is pretty good. Previously, when it was only 120 chests for 1,000 advanced henna, it was a split chest, so every single chest that you open would split into two types of chests. But right now it's only a single chest. They don't split off, and so it's actually relatively easy to acquire 120 of these event chests and then exchange them for the advanced henna. And even if you're deciding to cash, this is actually the lowest cash rate that I've seen. If you directly cash these, if you do, actually it should be even better even if you do it at full price, but I mean, I don't know why you would ever buy an event chest at full price. You should use why is the word not coming to me? Use a coupon, and if you have them, I wouldn't bother if you don't have a coupon. I think that, in the future that you'll be able to see this rate again. But yeah, so pushing for free chests right now is a really good idea. We have 3 days to work with, so even if you're just able to make a bunch of resistance crystals and stuff, this is definitely something that's worth it. So I was able to, I only have 27 chests left. I did exchange once, and I think that means that I have enough advanced henna that I can do a full 10,000 of the expert tattoo stuff. I think with the return here, and then the return on, that's not the right one. Oh, too many events. Okay, and too many events that I don't care about, and then there's like 4 that are good. And then the return on 50 of these, I'll get 900 back here, and then like 800 back on, 800 back here, and that should get me enough stuff for the event. So I can go into tattoos. I'm gonna leave this one alone. I'm gonna just take care of the intelligence first. I think that's how I'm gonna approach things. I need 8,000 intelligence, and so I'm gonna work on this advanced or this expert tattoo and get my my intelligence to the point where it's plus 8,000, and then I'm gonna work on 2 other tattoos and get them to plus 2,000. And I don't think I'll have enough to get to knighthood yet, but I'll leave them as an intelligence for now, and then shift them over to defense and endurance once I start figuring out things for knighthood. Again, you can adjust with the normal henna, so I would just save up your normal henna, do adjustments with that, and increase the stats with advanced henna. I've heard some other people saying, oh, you should get your tattoos up to a certain point with normal henna. I'm sure there's a legitimate like rhyme or reason for what that is, and they say like get up to like close to 2,000 with normal henna, or at least like 1,000 or so. For me, I mean, it's so much henna, so much normal henna to improve anything on these tattoos. So I think it's just so much easier to just make the huge gains with advanced henna and then do adjustments with your normal henna. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead, do expert tattoos here, and I just need to really keep an eye on my total stats. So over here it's almost 4,700. So if I get this one close to like 3,300, that's about right. So I'm just going to take whatever I get, just this stat is going up. So on average, the expert ones, if you do an expert tattoo, okay, the increasable stat actually changes now, so it's 21 to 32. So as your tattoo gets better, the rate here actually gets, or the average amount that you gain actually gets worse, so that's not super fun. So actually you need more advanced henna than probably 40k total, but like on a normal tattoo or whatever, it's going to be 21 to 40, so the rate or the increase is a bit better there. So we'll just take this. Okay, so this isn't exactly what I want to subtract, but subtracting endurance isn't too bad. But I am getting close to what I need for the intelligence. So intelligence plus 8,076. So okay, I estimated that wrong before, but anyway, so this is enough to get me 8,000 intelligence. So I want to start working on a different tattoo now, because I need different stats. So if we go over to the advanced class guy, of course I don't have a flying mount on at the moment because I think this dumb little dog is terribly cute. Why am I moving so slowly though? Am I lagging today? That's very rare. So audience with a king. So for the arcane tech, it's going to be plus 8,000 intelligence and plus 2,000 defense and endurance. So this is the one I'm going to work toward, just because it seems like the arcane tech is the one that will be the most useful overall. I still think that the healing setup is, necessary at some point. Maybe I should have set it up so that it was like 2,000 on each of my tattoos, so that it'd be easier to move over to restoration using normal henna if I really wanted to. But yeah, so I'll just work towards the arcane tech, and then depending on how things are looking, I might be able to get to the point where I have 8,000 intelligence and 4,000 defense, 4,000 endurance, and can switch between the two pretty easily. So as long as you meet the requirements for both, it's not too bad. Okay, so starting up a new tattoo, and so far we've probably done like 40 something of these. I'm going to work on, let's see here, 35. This one's the farthest along, it looks like. Actually, before that, okay, this is fine. I could adjust this. I could just use the normal henna to adjust this to subtract strength. But actually, I mean, do I really mind that it subtracts endurance? It's fine. So as far as which stat to subtract, it's not bad to have one of these big expert tattoos subtract charisma, but I would not do more than one. I would not, you know, for sure I wouldn't let your troops go under one, actually. You need at least one troop in order to get your, where is it? So in order to get your enlightenment, you need at least one of these troops, and so I don't really want to give up this 20% of attack that I get from my troops. You know, it's 5,000 something magical attack, and it will go down. So if your charisma subtraction is so much that it drops your troops to 0, you will be losing out on attack. I've had more than one of my friends that has knighthood and has enough of these things tested out, and for sure your attack will drop. Some people don't notice it because they have so many attack tattoos, so they just haven't bothered to test it or whatever. But I think it's better to go with your opposite attack stat. So for mages to subtract strength, and for knights and archers to subtract intelligence. Okay. So after that, just go ahead and do these. Okay, so I think I've done 80 of these. So I'm just going to go ahead and collect on the event. So did I do advanced tattoo? It doesn't even say how many in total that I did. I don't really appreciate that, but I can go over to, so I can make sure I know how many I did from over here. Really? Where the hell does it say how many times? Okay, so you have to be really careful because they don't want to tell you how many of these expert tattoos you've done. So I'm almost positive that I've done 80. But I'm just gonna be super extra careful. So I only need to do 20 more. So I'm gonna let this go to like 50, like, yeah, okay, maybe like 900, and then see where I'm at, and like carefully do one at a time. I'm almost positive, but I'm just gonna be extra sure because I don't want to use even like one extra cleanse more than I have to, because Advanced Henna is very relatively hard to get, even though we're talking about a more free way to get it lately, but I just want to be super careful. Okay, so there it is. I did exactly 100 of these. Be super careful about that and make sure you're using only as much Advanced Henna as you need to, just because you want to be able to do 10k a day. And so for those of you who are like, oh, I can do 50 of these, so I'm going to do 50, I actually don't recommend doing that. So really, what I would go out of your way to do is to do these exchanges where, okay, where is it? Big spender, blah blah. Okay, so for this exchange, I would try and exchange as many of these as you can, collect them up until you can get enough Advanced Henna so that you can do 10,000 from the event. So the return on this event, at least every time before now, has been much better if you do all of these. So this adds up. So if you do 10 of these, you get 100 Advanced Henna back, so you get enough for one of these back. And then if you do 30, it doesn't matter that much, but you're doing an additional 10, but you get enough for 30 back. If you do 50 total, you're doing only an additional 20, and then you get 500 back. So it's a much better rate than just doing 30 of these. And if you do 100 of them, it's the best rate. You do an additional 50, you get 1,000 Advanced Henna, whereas doing 50 previously will only get you 900. So it really is actually better as far as the return on your advanced henna to wait until you have enough advanced henna for 100 of these. That doesn't mean that you need exactly 10,000 advanced henna off the bat, even though that's great, that helps. Obviously I didn't have that. I had like 8,700 or something like that, and that was a little bit more than what I needed. So you can do the math for that, but it'd be around like 8,500 of these of the advanced henna in order to do all of that and get all the rewards that you need for the full 10k. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. As far as the tattoos go, intelligence I have to almost 9,600, but I will change this tattoo over to endurance, or yeah, so I'll change this to endurance or defense once I need to do this stuff, whatever this is, the advancement, and so I can just wait. For the time being, I'll leave it as intelligence, and then I'll shift it to the other stuff using the normal henna. But at the moment, I'm up to 516k magical attack with my dark pet on, so that's pretty nice, and get a little boost. So thanks for watching, you guys. Definitely take advantage of this event. You know, I know people want to get clothing sets and titles and all of that stuff, but at the moment there's really nothing one that has more return than advanced henna. I think that the stat gains from advanced henna are fantastic, and it will push you towards knighthood, where it's just, I mean, there's such a huge advantage with the talent points there. So save up your bound balins for knighthood, and I do think that this I'm not even looking at the right page. I do think that this exchange will make it slightly more accessible. I'm sure that they know they're being stupid about this stuff because so many people are upset about this patch. So yeah, this is admittedly pretty good, and so yeah, use every time you get 120 ring chests, just dump it into this exchange. It's only lasting 3 days, so it's not like you have a ton of time to do it. You'll have another like 3 days of the event where you can go try for the clothing or whatever if there are more chests. But at least for now, you only have 3 days of this exchange, and I think everybody should really try and take advantage of it. So I hope that helps. Take care, you guys, and have a very good day.